Welcome to the Right Report, guys. Definitely have interesting story to say the least for you today. This is coming out of Quebec, Canada. If you guys are watching on Signs and Wonders, this is my new channel that I have started. There is a link in the video description if you guys would like to subscribe. So, like I said, short video today, guys. It's actually the very first video on this new channel, but many more to come. So I hope you enjoy. This story comes out of Quebec, Canada, and it is titled just like the video title. So, new Quebec curriculum will mandate that second graders learn about gender identity and LGBT content. So here's a message here from PPC, which is the People's Party of Canada. Maxime Bernier, good guy actually. He says to call or write your school on school board to protest, homeschool your child if it's possible, vote for non-vote candidates at the next school board election. This gender identity must stop. People's Party of Canada. That's a quote from Maxime Bernier. So let's get into this. Kids as young as 6 years old will, kids as young as 6 years old or those entering grade 2 in Canada's Quebec province will be exposed to extreme LGBT ideology. Oops. Sorry about that. Via a new mandatory curriculum edition teaching so-called gender identity. So the Ministry of Education's new program is called Culture and Citizenship. A nice name that they use there to kind of sneak it off all nonchalantly. It doesn't sound like it has anything to do with gender identity, culture, and citizenship, but it does. So they're calling it Culture and Citizenship, which includes an emphasis on gender identity, along with other LGBT content. It will become mandatory, guys, for the 2024 and 2025 school year. So think about that. This is becoming mandatory curriculum for your 6-year-old child if you live in Quebec, Canada. And I'm just assuming that it'll be more countries and states and provinces to follow after this. So the new program will replace the old ethics and religious culture program, and in essence will indoctrinate kids on a host of sexually charged areas and topics that many Catholic and Christian parents oppose. Now, as a child progresses in school, the program will introduce more about inclusion and gender identity, along with other topics. The previous ethics and religious culture was geared toward teaching students about the province's cultural and religious heritage and about respect, with the new curriculum hyper focused on woke diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI agendas. Many Canadians have been pushing back. Last weekend, Canadians gathered as one nation under God to protest the LGBT agenda in schools. The protests followed the massive success of Canada's, and I talked about this in one of my previous videos, guys. Canada's second annual in Canada now, because of friggin' Pride Month, we have what's called Pride Flag walkout days in schools, where parents actually pull their kids out of schools to protest the LGBT flag flapping and being flown at all the schools. And it was a massive success this year. 75% of kids were out of school. Isn't it funny how not one media station covered that at all? Not one leftist media station covered that story. Could you imagine? Could you just imagine if anything other than what happened caused 75% of kids to be absent from school? Could you imagine if it was something else that caused that? Every media station in the country would be covering that round the clock. But no, because of why the kids were absent, not one media station covered it, except for little places like me and awesome places like Rebel News, who are shunned by the government, who are like hated by the government. But these people are the only ones that are reporting the truth. So like I said, the protest followed the massive success of Canada's second annual LGBT Pride Flag School walkout, organized by Campaign Life Coalition. Look that website up. People's Party of Canada, PPC leader Maxime Bernier has been speaking out against an increase in LGBT indoctrination affecting Canadian schools. He recently blasted a report that some Toronto schools have stopped using the terms men and women when teaching 10-year-olds about reproduction. They're teaching 10-year-olds about reproduction, and they're not allowed to use the term man or woman anymore. Like, what has this world come to? The woke far left has taken control of our schools. You can do something about it, Bernier wrote on Thursday on X. He says to call or write your school, protest the school board, homeschool your kid. We already said that at the beginning. So there you go, guys. That's my one quick video, but make sure you subscribe to the new channel. The description is in the channel link is in the video description, and there will be many more news stories from all around the world geared towards exposing the truth and more stories like this. Okay. God bless. Thanks for watching, guys. You have a great day, and I hope you also